Ready to end the week at Saratoga. Had a pretty good day yesterday. Sort of hit on a couple different things. Just about got the Thistledown horse that was on the watch list home at 7-1, but man, he gave it up right in the last little bit there, forewarned. Ran well. That didn't quite work out. And the favorite in there ran out totally, so the exacta play was dead in the water early and often. Saratoga on this Sunday, I'm going to just quickly look at a few different races. I'll give you some different options here. I have no watch list horses today. That doesn't happen often, but I have none. I've got nothing. Race number 2, mile on the 16th, 2-year-olds, maiden allowance. This looks like a good race. There's 2 horses I'm focusing in on. The 5-horse Ansel. You know, the debut was good. We've seen what Bill Mott does with these horses lately raced. He certainly gets them going. This horse was, you know, in the race last time. I thought it was good enough. He was 15-1. There weren't a lot of expectations of him, but I think coming into this race, he just looks like he's much better positioned. You know, when you get these quick works after a race, sometimes it means the horse is really clued in. They'll figure things out. Like, he hadn't been working that quickly at all, thus going off at 15-1, but now he goes at 47-1 from the gate. They obviously want him to get out of there a bit more quickly. He didn't get out of the gate that well last time out. The other horse I like in there is number 8, Street Vendor. This a Todd Pletcher, Joel Rosario teaming. Hasn't been profitable at Saratoga this year, 0 for 9 so far. So it's interesting. $500,000 purchase. This a son of Street Interest. And yeah, not a ton going on in terms of pedigree there on what the dam did. I got a claimer here. Bella Aurora, you know, was obviously the one that, you know, that I'm interested in here, looking like there was some talent there. So I like the work pattern. I like what's going on with that horse. Those are the 2 in race number 2. In race number 3, got froggy throat today. Excuse me. Starting to sound like the guys from Saratoga. We're looking at a turf race going 5.5 furlongs, $40,000 at 2 Life. That was rude. I apologize for that. The 4-horse Defy Expectations was the one that I think I'm going to build my tickets around. Brittany Russell has had a little success at Saratoga this year, and she's sending over some horses that obviously she's figured out what ones might fit here. Defied Expectations. Tried Belmont, just about 1 in a 30. Then you get the break. I'm not always that fussy about breaks like this for very lightly raced horses. You're giving up a lot of opportunities, especially for one that you want to race on the grass. The opportunities only are few and far between for those types, but worked somewhat consistently enough since the last race, and you know, she certainly does do well off these kind of layoffs. So I just think the horse will have a good situational position from where she has to start. I was also looking way outside to the 10-horse, but that, you know, much more difficult spot to be. Herald Angel, coming off of really sharp early fractions here at Belmont. I think she'll like Saratoga. I mean, she's been here once. It was her debut and it was decent. She finished 2nd. It's just that outside draw. If you get Irad back, he's the one that started her out. Jose won her maiden with her, but you know, they were popping her in stake races even before she had done anything. So obviously high intentions there with Herald Angel that haven't quite materialized thus far. Those are the 2 I want out of there. I'm going to zoom over to race number 7 now. Race 7, a mile and a 16th on the inner. Looking at a couple of horses that I hope will get a trip. I mean, that's like going a mile and 16th on the inner. So much can happen out there. The 5-horse Mirror Mission. Lescano really has gotten good results with her, with him. Not a win yet, but some solid efforts. He's had a bit of trouble. You know, got bumped at the start, had to recover from that on a yielding course. It's not easy. Did have a need for some room last time out. Was finishing strongly when he did get out. So maybe with a little bit more luck today. You always need luck in these races. The 7-horse Never Explain, another one that I like too. Jose, this race was huge. This horse should win. I mean, this is my top pick here. I'm going 7 on top of the 5. I think I'm going to flat bet the 7. He should be maybe 4-1. 9-2 seems a little high. 4-1. 7-2, maybe. I wouldn't really go any lower than that in a big field like this, just because, you know, they can get into trouble. Hey, he was 26-1 last time out, and just for those of you who might have bet him and you got headed out there in the photo, my sympathies. He ran well. He was wide and was interested throughout, so I quite like him. He might be my one big flat bet on the card today. Depending on what else happens, watch and see. You never know. These things change. Mile and 16th turf race, the last race today, the 10th, 40 non-2 claimer. 3-horse Summer in the City for Pletcher. He just looks like he's in the right spot, or she is, sorry. She's had a couple of starter races. These were tough races when you're running against olders. They just haven't been able to get her to the track that much. But when she's been there, she's been effective enough. Irad will ride her again. This start here where she was the favorite, it wasn't very good, you know, but it was coming off of just about a year layoff. So she's obviously had some issues along the way. The drop in for 40 seems completely legitimate. I thought this race wasn't terrible. It doesn't look all that great on paper, but she was just in where she wasn't going to be effective and a little bit too tough. The 5-horse Mirabelle May is, you know, a troubled horse from last time out, the wide trip. That's her running style. She's never close early, so she's always going to get these wide trips. Her figures fit in here. I would use her kind of more underneath because she's more than likely going to get another wide trip. I was just hoping that Lizcano, who's riding this course so well right now, can do something with her in terms of getting her the right kind of trip. He's ridden her before and really didn't do much, but I mean, one was in a grade 2, right? So a little bit rugged placement early on. The 6-horse Amortization, we've seen this movie so often lately with Chad Brown dropping one in for a tag for the first time in the last race of the day. It seems to always happen too. She's a 3-year-old filly. They're kind of jumping ship on her pretty early. I mean, she did win the maiden at the, you know, her 2-year-old season late. Another 6-month break comes out, another break after that. Chad wins with these kinds. He does. I don't like Pletcher dropping the fillies in for, you know, these kind of moves. A move similar to this, if this were Pletcher, I would be extremely against the horse. But because it's Chad Brown, I've seen him do that on more than one occasion, then I'm good with it. Trips are everything. So if you have time, you should anyways. If you're betting seriously, you need to watch replays. Very important because you can learn a lot from there. No watch horses. That's where what's where they come from, is from the replay. So we will have, I know there's one in on Wednesday, at least one. So we'll tune back up for that. Enjoy your Monday and Tuesday. I'll see you back here on Wednesday.